Okay, so in a few months, we get to see the final X-Men movie coming out of the Fox brand for right now, right? The final movie in this long-running, nearly 20-year series that over the span of the last 8 years has been with this particular cast of people. And it's interesting that it's coming to a close. And so last night, when they dropped the trailer, the first official trailer showing off the story, there was a big plot reveal. And that, of course, is Mystique dies. It's not a spoiler. It's literally in the trailer. It's literally part of the marketing. If you recall, part of the marketing for Apocalypse was Apocalypse strangling Mystique. And that was Rose McGowan freaking her mind out over that thing. Oh my God, violence against women on a billboard in Los Angeles. That was a big thing back then because she's cray-cray. So they take Mystique out back and they just beat her with a pipe. They just take her out. And I was sitting there going like, wow, damn, that's pretty crazy. That's kind of insane. That's a weird thing to do, isn't it? Why would you sit there and take out a main cast member who's been a main staple for the past 8 years? I mean, we could argue that Days of Future Past was as much of a Logan movie as it was a Mystique movie. Even Apocalypse, there's a lot with her, with her in that one, of her also being a good guy working for mutant freedom fighters, so to speak. And who knows? And this one, she's an X-Men, not working with Magneto yet completely, but they've altered the timeline. So whatever we know of from the original films no longer matters. But I'm also completely okay with taking out Jennifer Lawrence and taking out the Mystique character. Why? I got bored with her. Days of Future Past was an excellent end to her arc, so to speak, but whatever they did in Apocalypse, I don't know where Apocalypse went wrong, but it was really bad. Like, it was really bad. And it just was like an uninteresting film all the way through, even though they tried. I mean, I don't know how you, being Bryan Singer, coming off of Days of Future Past being as good as it was, going into Apocalypse and just butchering it. It might have been the fact that they tried to crank one out in 2 years. So they immediately went to the writing and they didn't get the script the right way. And Simon Kinberg was rushed. So here's taking a few more years to get it done, to get it polished. They just had extensive reshoots on Dark Phoenix. So that could be something. But taking out Mystique is going to be good because, again, it's hard to differentiate Jennifer Lawrence from Mystique. It is. Because she spent so much time in Apocalypse out of character, out of costume, in human form. She did. She spent a lot of time outside of human form, or out in her human form. So people were just like, yeah, but that's not Mystique. That's barely Mystique. She was barely blue the entire movie. Whereas there was a lot of parts of Days of Future Past where she was blue and it was important to those scenes, but it still felt an entirely better way. A lot of people speculated, or at least I think at the time, back in 2016, when Apocalypse came out, Jennifer Lawrence is coming off of the Hunger Games franchise ending. She was a bit highfalutin in her attitude, after working with David O. Russell and the awards going to her head and the accolades going to her head. I think she told Bryan Singer and Simon Kinberg and Fox, I don't want to be in the makeup. And I had heard something about her complaining about the makeup process for a while. And so they just wrote her out of makeup most of the time. And it just kind of felt like it's Jennifer Lawrence, kind of playing Mystique. And that just felt like a bit of a letdown. It didn't feel right for the character. And considering the fact that this is like X-Men and Mystique has always kind of been like a secondary character in the film franchise, not a mainstay, having her be more of a main character in Apocalypse and Days of Future Past kind of felt like it took away from the other characters that people wanted to see more of. So I think there was a big bit of that as well. And it's like I said, you couldn't have, Hugh Jackman go and play another character in another comic book movie because everyone would just see Wolverine. He is typecast as Wolverine. J-Law being typecast as Mystique is fine, but in the makeup. So there's that. I'm okay with them killing her because it does set the emotional tone. It does, but it also kind of feels like a bit of a remake of The Last Stand. It really does. It feels like a bit of a remake of that, where it's more like, instead of Professor X dying, it's Mystique dying, and then they all have to work together. Plus, there was that scene where Magneto was using the machine guns. That was pretty cool. And it looks like there's gonna be some good moments in the film overall. But at the end of the day, we're not losing anything by having Mystique not be in it. We're not losing anything by having her character die. It's not going to be like Last Stand where Scott Summers dies and everyone's like, no, Cyclops, no. It's not, well, it might actually be the same way. It's like, oh no, Mystique, no, but you already know it's coming. You already know it's coming. And I think Simon Kinberg wanted that in the trailer to showcase like people are going to die. Like Jean is to be feared. And that's kind of the whole point, you know, because the Dark Phoenix storyline is meant to be, she's this all powerful being and she can kill these characters. And maybe these characters are going to die because this is the end. They're just going to take everyone out back and beat them with a crowbar. And that could happen. So I'm okay with her kicking the bucket. I think it's going to be interesting to see these characters die in a permanent way, considering this is the end. Might as well go all out. You know, might as well just go all out. But we'll have to wait and see. The movie opens up in 3 months, a little over 3 months. I'll definitely be checking it out. I want to know your guys' thoughts on this one. Do you think that it's going to be a good movie? Did the trailer look good or look bad? What are your thoughts? Let me know down in the comments below. I'll talk to you all later. Have yourself a great day, and peace out. Hey, thank you so much for watching the video. I greatly appreciate it. While you're here, feel free to check out that subscribe button. You know, help the channel out. Or you can watch any of the newest videos and make sure that you're caught up to date with what's going on in Hollywood and entertainment. So that way, when you're at work tomorrow, you can wow your friends with the information you learned from watching these videos. That's right. I said it. Subscribe.